Talk about the momentum you building and guys wanting to come to Georgia Tech and play for you.
You know what the great thing about momentum is? When you're in the middle of it. You know what the worst thing about momentum is? It's going to stop at some point. All right? More people die coming down from Mount Everest than they do going up. It's a Sabanism there. All right? So momentum is really something that's drummed up externally. It's something that, people say, oh, they're on a roll right now. Internally, we know what we have. We have a job to do. All right, we have a job, and it's to go play the best that we can possibly play. And each and every week when you play, all right, your goal is to be better than you were the day before, better than you were the week before. All right, to play better than you did the week before. All right, and so if you have a good game, well, internally, our goal is to be better than we were the game before. Right? And what do you want to do? Take a step back? No, not at all. You're not going to stay the same. You're either going forward or back. So, right, inevitably, you're always trying to get better. You're always trying to improve on things. Hey, guys, we did a really good job of that this week. All right, this next week, let's do the exact same. No, let's be better. All right, so that's how that word momentum gets going. It's truly being these guys understanding that they're working to get better each and every week. Still pictures. Now to take, so it really made no sense for these kids to come up through high school and see the iPads and watch the review of the play, and then they get in college and you're looking at a grease board that you've sweated through, or it's rainy and whatnot. So I think it's going to help with the again, providing a cleaner product for the fan base.
But your schedule is so difficult. How do you manage early on with the trip and the time? Do you do anything different in preseason because of the way the schedule breaks out for you?
Schedule what? My daily schedule?
No, the season schedule being difficult at the beginning of the year.
In terms of
making the trip to play Florida State, and it's just a difficult schedule. Do you have to change anything up of what you do? From last year. Not that it wasn't difficult last year.
What?
I guess my question. Sorry, let me back up. So you have a difficult schedule throughout the whole thing, but it seems like early on your schedule this year is brutal. How difficult do you feel like it is?
I got practice on Wednesday. We get from 7:30 in the morning to about 9:30 at night to do all we can do to prepare our team to be the best team we can be. Look, what do you do? Stand here and cry about it? You complain to somebody? I was thinking about this on the way up today. Someone was asking me about my time at UCF, where we really went from a MAC school to a Conference USA school to a Big East school for a year or two, then to an AAC. All right. And I think it was me and Mike were talking about it. We were talking about the places we went to go play and who we went to go play. Right? That means absolutely zero to me. It's all about our team, preparing our team to be the best possible football team that we can be. Right? The bigger the challenge, the better. Right? Whatever it's considered a hard schedule or a hard opponent or a tough opponent. Look, we're playing the defending ACC champions in the first game of the season. What a better way than to see where your team is at than to go play the defending conference champions. I can't tell you how excited I am to play this year.
Speaking of schedule, how did VMI get on the schedule? Any background there, or did you inherit that game and aren't familiar with it?
Yeah, I had nothing to do with that.
You added quite a few defensive linemen via the portal after the spring. Can you talk a little bit about Thomas and Romello and Jordan?
Yeah, we did. We had a lot of, we have depth. And, last year when you look at, you finish a game and, Zeke would have played 60, 65 plays in, a couple of games. I mean, that's crazy to think for a defensive lineman. But we were forced into some of those situations at the time. And, I think schematically it's going to help us. We're going to play guys and keep them fresh and rotate them in there. But we have the depth. And we have depth now at that position. I think we have 8 defensive tackles that can go play any given Saturday. And it's been a long time since we've been able to say that at Georgia Tech, and so it's going to allow our best players to play more consistently for 4 quarters. It's going to allow guys to be able to come in on third down, be fresher in pass rush. We have added some guys that have some juice on the edge. So look, we've got to. How do you help out the back end? You increase your pass rush.
Jamal is a guy who Haynes is a guy you can use as a back, as a receiver, use him a lot of different ways. How does he handle, though, learning all the things that you kind of want to use him for?
That's a good question. That's a really good question. We do a lot of things on offense. We are multiple as it comes on the offensive side of the football. And, these are things that we started coming up with in, I think, 2016, when Jalen Hurts was a freshman. And we had to create some things to help him out as a young player. And, it's kind of evolved over time, and Buster's come in now and done a good job of putting all this together. But it's all about presentation. It's all about presentation. And, what he has on his plate, Haynes, what appears to be a lot of things going on. The schemes are the same. The schemes are the same. He's going to run. We're going to run inside, outside zone and counter. Right? He's going to run a swing flat. It does what it is, but it's the window dressing that goes along with it. It's the amount of multiples that we put in there that appear to be a lot. So. Really it comes back to the scheme and how the scheme's installed and how it's presented to them and how it's taught to them. As coaching, we're nothing more than teachers, right? That's all we are. And growing up, we all had really good teachers, and we all had teachers we didn't like as much, right? Why didn't we like them? Was it because they were mean to us? No, it's probably because they didn't teach us as well, right? At the end of the day, that's what it's about. We're teachers, and that's what we're paid to do.
Is he a pretty good student?
Yeah. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, I mean, all three of these guys here are 3.0 students.
I guess kind of when you look at the changes with the portal and how it's evolving and stuff, what would you change? Is there specific things you'd like to see them enact as they continue to evolve with it?
Change what? Like
the windows or eligibility to go in the portal or any of those things?
Again, it's something I don't. If they change it, we'll adapt it and work with it. I don't. Wants and desires and those things that you're just going to frustrate yourself if you want something that's you don't know if it's attainable or not.
You have a very here and now sort of personality when it comes to football, when it comes to the way you attack this sport. How do you translate what your mentality is to sharing that with your players and making sure that they kind of stay on that mantra?
Every day, communicate, very transparent with them, very honest with them. I wish there was a secret recipe that you could bottle up and sell. I don't know, but I'm very much who I am. I think our coaching staff is very much who they are. In this day and age of so much gray existing in the world, to walk into a building every day and know you're going to get black and white, you're going to get the truth. I think it's actually refreshing for these guys. I think it's extremely refreshing to know, external distractions aren't going to creep into the decisions that are made. Right? Being a player's coach is giving players, what they need, not what they want. Right? And we do everything. We go out of our way to give these guys everything they need to be successful in the classroom and on the football field.
Have you reached out to any coaches that have done these overseas games? I know in the NFL there's been quite a few, and then obviously Coach Johnson or different people that you've worked with. And you guys did one at UCF, didn't you?
We did.
What was that like?
That was, 2012,
10 years ago,
12, 13, it was 10 years ago, yeah. 14, 15, 14. 2014, I believe. What was it like? Well, we lost in the last play of the game on a field goal, Kelly, so it wasn't very cool.
Yeah.
No, it was a good experience for the kids to build it. Again, it's about taking our game of football and being able to have people exposed in other countries. And just 10 years ago to now, the difference in the knowledge of the game over there and the people that are excited about it, it's multiplied unknown amounts.
Is there concern with rest and recuperation after getting back from Dublin, building into the Georgia State week?
I'm concerned about my team meeting tomorrow. I'm concerned about practice getting started the right way on Wednesday.
Yeah.
I'll let ops and those guys, worry about those things. But we planned it out. Yeah, we know. Yeah, I've talked to people. I've talked to a lot of coaches that have gone over there and done it, and to make the best decisions that are best for us. And look, it's a long season. It's a long season. We got to be fresh and recruit. And that was one thing last year. Now, I thought some of the tweaks and adjustments we made in practice, not just in the summer. Training camp's hard. Training camp is hard, right? You come to Atlanta, Georgia, and you come down to Rose Bowl Field, right, for the next 4 weeks. It's going to be hard. Okay, but some of the things we did during the season last year with our practice routine, I thought really allowed us to be fresh as the season went on, and allowed us to have our legs underneath us and play fast and physical still as the season went on.
Coach, I want to ask you just about the momentum you're building with the Georgia Tech program. You have a winning season last year. The 2024 recruiting class is top 35 on 3. The 2025 class you're bringing in is top 20 across ESPN, rivals, Georgia Tech. 247, all that. Just talk about the momentum you're building and guys wanting to come to Georgia Tech and play for you.
You know what the great thing about momentum is? When you're in the middle of it. You know what the worst thing about momentum is? It's going to stop at some point. All right. More people die coming down from Mount Everest than they do going up. It's a Sabanism there. All right. So momentum is really something that's drummed up externally. It's something that, people say, oh, they're on a roll right now. Internally, we know what we have. We have a job to do. All right, we have a job, and it's to go play the best we can possibly play. And each and every week when you play, all right, your goal is to be better than you were the day before, better than you were the week before. All right, to play better than you did the week before. All right, and so if you have a good game, well, internally our goal is to be better than we were the game before. All right, and what do you want to do? Take a step back? No, not at all. You're not going to stay the same. You're either going forward or back. So, right, inevitably, you're always trying to get better. You're always trying to improve on things. Hey, guys, we did a really good job of that this week. All right, this next week, let's do the exact same. No, let's be better. All right, so that's how that word momentum gets going. It's truly being these guys understanding that they're working to get better each and every week.
Coach, I think a position that people don't talk about a lot is your offensive line. Bringing back some stars. Guys are doing a really good job, very underrated. How do you feel about that group going into practice on Wednesday and just overall heading into this year?
Yeah, I'm excited for them. I'm excited. I think I'm excited. Anytime you got experience on the O-line coming back, it's good. But no, we've got depth. We've added a lot of depth there with our recruiting. Now the good thing is you got guys that are going to be competing for jobs. Right? Just because you come back and you might have started 10 games, 14 games, whatever it is, the previous season, that don't mean anything. All right, my job is to put the best 11 guys on the field, and that's what we're going to do.